for the price, they're really good value. You can see how much detail there is on them. Hello guys, I'm here from Not Toys Action Figures, bringing you another Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem action figure review. And who else could we have but Rocksteady this week? Because Rocksteady kind of finishes off the core group, I would say. We already have all of the Turtles. You can see Michelangelo there. And the two main baddies, I would always say, who I remember the most as a kid, were Rocksteady and Bebop. And yeah, if you want to, I never realized there was a bio on the back, but if you want to read the bio, you can pause the video there. So we have the main Turtles, we have Bebop and Rocksteady. There are some other ones, Splinter, Leatherhead, and Superfly to get. I don't know if I'm going to pick those guys up, but I am excited to check him out because he's very, very heavy. He has a very big head, and yeah, he's just a really interesting looking rhino. So without further ado, let's get him out of the packaging. And boom, here he is out of the box. And again, another really interesting looking figure. Yeah, I think, well, what was interesting was I was wondering how they actually got him into the box, but they actually pulled off his left arm here. So I actually had to plug in the left arm, which is quite interesting to see how the arm actually works, because it's kind of like a socket that sticks in, and then the shoulder moves here. But we'll get into that a little bit more in the articulation. But yeah, another nice looking figure. Really cool how they really managed to get these kind of anamorphic kind of animal characters into a figure, but still get them quite posable in like the most simplest of fashions. Like he like the other ones, he has quite a basic articulation, but still like this, you can get his head to move. I wasn't expecting his head to have such a good swivel on it. I thought his head was going to be very, very basic. And again, the legs quite simplified, but you can get some bend in them, the arms as well. Yeah, nice. And the figure itself, you can kind of see, much like Bebop and the Turtles, he has some nice sculpting on him, on the skin, to make it feel like he has folds. I like that there. He has like a golden tooth sticking out. He has the horns on the end of his nose, because obviously he's a rhino. He has like this big belly going down to these brown kind of leather pants. His gun, again, the gun and all the weapons in the series are kind of, they feel the most toyish. They feel very like, here is a throwback to the 90s figures with these kind of silver. If the weapon is metallic, it's silver. It's just grey, silver, and if it's wooden, then it's just like this orangey color. But otherwise, yeah, I really like the figure. He fits well to the team. Let's have a look at his articulation. Okay, so if we go over his articulation quickly, like I said, it's quite interesting because he's very bulky, and like he almost feels a bit like the Hunchback of Notre Dame with this huge hump there, and you can see like his body is a bit lopsided with this shoulder, and they've kind of represented it that there in the shirt kind of hanging off. But yeah, he does have a little bit of articulation, so you can see he has like a really good swivel on his neck and head, so he can really look side to side. He has no up or down, but the swivel on the side is really good, so you can get some kind of bombastic side-eye poses there. Then obviously here is nothing on his back, but I can give you a bit more detail there on the back. Look, you can see as we've seen with all of the figures in this series, the disclaimer is actually printed into the plastic, which is quite funny. He has this band going over his shoulder. This is actually sculpted on. You can't move the band around. Goes around like kind of an ammo band. Then the arms, they go up to about there. This arm is the one that I had to stick in. This one is much more, is much stiffer, especially there. But you can still see with this arm, if you twist it, you can get it to go higher. And this one is the same. I imagine that it goes almost up there, like he's doing a Y pose. Then yeah, it comes out. He has a single hinged elbow that goes just to about 90 degrees. It has no swivel on the elbow itself, but because the arm and the shoulder moves out, you can move it around. The hand twists, and you can see here there's some nice sculpting on the hand to kind of show off his hairy forearms. There is like a studded bracelet, and I guess I'm not sure what this is, if this is meant to be hair and it never quite got painted. Same on this side, but he doesn't have the armband. Then we go down to the legs, and the legs are pretty much the same as what we saw for Bebop, so you can kind of swivel them out, you can move them up to like this. They have a single hinged knee, and what I like about him in comparison to Bebop is he has nice big thick boots, so it really makes him easy to stand up. and I'm say that, but no, see he falls, he stands, whereas Bebop had these kind of really small Converse. He's also quite easy to stand. They both are. But yeah, they look good together. That's the articulation. Let's put them in a pose together. Okay, so here are the two bad boys standing together up on the pedestal, and they do cut like a mean-looking silhouette there. Here you can see them spinning around, get a bit of a 360 view. And yeah, like I said, I've been really impressed by this line in general. Like the figures, I've said it in all the videos, and you can check out the video for Bebop. It's on the channel, or the other turtles. They for the price, they're really good value. You can see how much detail there is on them. I would say, to be fair, Rocksteady looks like a little bit. He feels a bit more toyish than Bebop. Bebop has a little bit more. I don't know, a bit more like, you can, because he has like this. You can see that this is molded on. It's not just painted on and sculpted. Like, and there's a little bit more detail, like with the tattoo. Like maybe it's just the character design is more interesting. Maybe it just makes Bebop feel a little bit, I don't know, not necessarily more premium, but just, yeah, like a more like an action figure rather than a toy. But Rocksteady does feel very much like here is a toy, like you would maybe get in a kind of like McDonald's Happy Meal or something like that. But nevertheless, he still looks really cool. I didn't show you this, but he does come with an accessory set as well. So he comes with another rifle, he comes with a hammer, a knife, and then he has like a manhole shield. Bebop had a trash can lid shield. So you do get that too, which you can stand up if you want to have like a dojo set. But yeah, otherwise, another nice figure. I think this is it for me for the Mutant Mayhem figures. I don't think I'm going to pick up Superfly or Leatherhead or Splinter because I don't really have any. I mean, Splinter I do, but I don't really have any kind of association to those characters because I don't really remember them from my childhood. I do remember these guys. But yeah, and you guys seem to have really liked the video, so thank you so much for all of your support on them, especially Bebop. His like view count really kind of skyrocketed in the first couple of days, so I hope we can replicate that again with Rocksteady. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure you leave a like because it helps new people find the channel. And if you want to see more Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you can look on our channel or look on the channel and subscribe. And yeah, we do lots of other action figure reviews and toy reviews, so make sure you subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye.